everybody, welcome back to Planning with John. I'm John, and I have to remember the camera's over here. And we're here for finally the results from the no spend, low spend for last month, for the month of October. Now, October was a month where I didn't really spend that much. Also, you can see I've started to set up my scenery here. I've got my little Matryoshka doll, an old flute lamp I got as a graduation gift from college many years ago. So it looks a little more lived in, and it helps the students, I think, with all of the online teaching that I have to do. So last month was a very small month for me, actually, no spend wise. The first thing that I did at the very beginning of the month of October is I bought all of those tool items. I bought the hardcover that came with the smaller black discs. I bought the this cover. I bought all of those inserts. I have a video. I'll kind of link it. I think it should be up here. I'll link it up here. I think it's the opposite side of what I want it to be. I'll link that video where I unbox all of that stuff. I got like the hardcover notebook. I got the softer cover notebook. I got a bunch of dividers, which I'm even using here in my my standard rings cover. I got, 2 sets of those. I got 2 extra sets of rings and just paper and all of the things tool. And I even got the tool punch, which is a really nice punch. So let me go back to the month, because that has how much I spent for that. So all of that stuff I got at Office Depot for $68.72, which is an amazing savings because everything was on clearance. I think the only thing I paid full price for were these, they call them amber colored rings. But these are the only thing I paid full price for. Everything else was huge savings. Then the next day I bought something last month was the 4th of October. And I placed an order through Cloth and Paper, and I've got some of those things in here in this is my Filofax Ochre Molten. And I ordered a new set of these dashboards. They're like the glass on one side, and then they're frosted on the other. So if you want a frosted look, you can put those facing out, or if you want the glossy side out, you can put them out. And I have a set of their old dividers, which are frosted on both sides, and those tend to be a little bit thicker. And I think these were made so people could fit more stuff inside of their personal rings, especially if you have something like this is a Filofax and this is the standard ring it comes with, and they tend to be on the quite small side. They're not a large ring at all. But look at that, she's got lots of stuff, and I'm loving using my rings again. I'm back in my pocket version of this. Same thing. And then I do have the A5, and that has like the household stuff in it. But I'm thinking of maybe moving the household stuff to my personal. I haven't really decided what I want to do yet with that. But I mean, 2020 really sure has been a strange year for me to be in rings, like 2 sets of rings. Well, actually, no. 3 sets of rings, and to have discs. And I'm not using a traveler's notebook. Like, a lot of people call me Traveler's Notebook John. Traveler Notebook John isn't using a single traveler's notebook at all. And so that was what I spent the whole month of October for planner supplies. Now I did purchase something from China, but it came not in a box, and it wasn't protected, and so it came kind of damaged and even smelled like water damage. So that was a get rid of. So the total of what I spent for the month of October was $88.99, which, you know, yes, two purchases, but I got so much for the amount of money that I spent on the tool stuff at Office Depot, that, and it's stuff that I'm using. Like I'm using this one for my teaching, and this one I have set up as a health and wellness binder. I need to use it, but I do have it set up. I just need to come up with a plan of attack. And I think that might happen a little bit more in the next month or so, when I get a little bit of time to really think what I want my intentions to be with that. So there we are, October's no spend, low spend. Really, you know, wasn't that bad. You know, $20.27 at Cloth and Paper, and I think most of that was the shipping. It wasn't the items I bought, and the Office Depot for $68.72. So I did have something for next month. Sorry, my nose is a little itchy today. I did have something come in the mail that I had ordered in the month of November, so you'll hear it in December for November's results. But I did order a cover on cover for my Hobonichi, my 2015 Hobonichi Weeks cover. And I'm this just shows you how much of a year 2020 really has been. I started the year in a Passport traveler's notebook and a standard traveler's notebook. The standard was using to keep track of like teaching and all of that stuff. I was also journaling in a standard traveler's notebook, and my personal wallet and my main personal schedule was in a Passport, because, you know, I had concerts and things like that happening. That's really not happening like that anymore. And so, you know, I kind of flip-flopped through different things. You know, all of a sudden then I was in A6, and I really liked A6. It was like the first time that I've used an A6 traveler's notebook that I felt, you know, if I had nothing else and I just had A6, I could find a way to make it work. I could journal in it. I could, you know, I could plan in it. I could, you know, do projects. I could, you know, keep my calendar in it. But then I started a project this summer of clearing out and decluttering my stuff, which, you know, which you've seen led to a lot of videos where, you know, I was getting rid of traveler's notebooks and ring binders and stuff like that. But it also led for me to rediscover some things that I hadn't finished. Well, in my Hobonichi cover, I have, let me pull it out a little. I have this right here, a Taroko Breeze notebook that I started, goodness gracious, when was that? It was a long time ago. I was still following Ali Brown and Courtney Diaz on Patreon. So, I mean, it was a long time ago. It was 2017. I got this notebook, or started it, July 27th of 2017. And I think that's because that was when One Book July ended. That year I was doing A5, and I was doing inserts in a, I had a beautiful A5 Sojourner in the Roadrunner with the natural pocket on the front with the scoop cut in it. And I was using that as my main notebook at that time. And so I was using inserts. And the Breeze notebooks by Taroko had just come out. and I wanted to give them a try. And so I bought this one, and I started using it. And I've shown it on here many times, and actually not too long ago. And then I kind of stopped. I stopped like around page 34, and like pages before there weren't finished. There were just like some things glued in, some journaling, some whatever. And so since just this last week, within the last 7 days, I've filled up through page 71. Some of it is drawing, some of it is stickers, some of it's swatches. Like I was going through my supplies and I wanted to see what worked and what didn't work. And so I got out my Arteza Twee markers. They're the markers that are kind of like a Tombow dual brush tip, where they've got a brush tip and then a fine tip. And so I did this fun little colorful display of all of the 50, 48, 48, I think they're 48 markers. And then I decided I wanted to do a like art challenge for myself. And I was gonna draw things fall, and so I started doing some doodles. There's the little baby Seamus. He goes to the vet, I think next week maybe. So I just started doodling every day. Here's some more doodles. There's some more. Trying to think. Oh, there's some more as well. And then like one of the leaves that I tried to draw, that's the back of it, is in there. So I've pulled this notebook out and I'm using it again, and I'm actually enjoying it. And so that's how I know that 2020 sure has been a year, because I've completely changed my planning system. I've completely changed my journaling system. And, well, let's just say this. I haven't changed my planning or my journaling system. I've just changed what I'm using for my journaling and what I'm using for my planning. So there that is. Like, my planning is always probably going to be the same, a monthly, a weekly, and then possibly a daily or a dot grid. That's consistent, because that's even what I'm doing in my little pocket rings. Or it's what I would be doing if I was in my personal. And it's what I'm doing with my teaching. It's the same system where I'm getting the reliable results that I need, but just what I'm using is different. And it's been fun to it's stuff that I've owned. The only thing I didn't own was the disc bound system. I mean, I could have put that in a ring binder. I could have put it in one of my Filofax, or just a 3-ring binder if I wanted to. But it's just what I'm using is a little bit different, and that's actually been fun because I have been in Traveler's Notebooks, since 2013. I think it's been that long. That was like 8 years or so that I've been in Traveler's Notebooks. Everyone knows I've dabbled in these little ring things, but I haven't like fully spent time. So I'm gonna spend the remainder of the year in the pocket ring and in the standard ring and find a good use for this. And it's been fun re-shopping my stash, what I have, what I am going to use, or I have all of these. And then what I thought I might do is, if I do move on from pocket rings, then I'm going to keep it set up. I'm going to keep it set up so that way if I ever feel the need, like this is still set up, and if I want to merge back into this, then, I have it all ready to go, and there's no, there's none of that, oh, I gotta get a dashboard, or I need a this, or I need an insert. No, it's all here. So that's kind of where we are for this month's no spend, low spend. I do know that next month, November, might be a little bit more. There's a couple of things that have come in already. Have I shown them yet? I can't remember. You might have seen an unboxing or two if this goes up late. And I have a feeling this is going to go up late because of symphony teaching and all of that type of stuff. So there we are. There we are at the October no spend, low spend. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, and I will get back with you as soon as I can. I hope you're starting to like the new setup that we have. There's a Hamza that I did. There's my use less stuff, and these tulips and that rose that's underneath the flute lamp. Those are from an artist. I got them from a friend of mine. She was my Alexander Technique teacher, and she was a Reiki practitioner trainer. And the flowers, I've pulled them out. The concept behind them is that the photo was taken while the photographer, the artist, was meditating on energy, and each of the different flower photos is sending a certain type of energy. And I think that's why, since I've pulled them back out, and I've got a it's kind of hard to see, but behind my nesting doll, I've got a crystal, and the base of the flute stamp is like some sort of I can't remember what, but I feel like the energy in even though this is the dining room, my little corner of the dining room, it feels like my office. So those things are bringing positive energy into my space for me. So there we are, just silly mumbling from me. So like I said, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.